If you were on a family holiday with your significant other, which knowing you would be a 39-year-old lawyer or something, and you're
59, please.
Oh my God. Good grief. All right.
a 65-year-old legal aid worker,
Yes,
and you
yes.
were on holidays together on the Mediterranean Sea,
Yeah.
and she was topless and her parents were there, what would...
Her parents are not around.
Even if her parents weren't there, if you're in a public place, I'd be saying, put a bloody top on.
This is Unserious, where we unpack the biggest issues, smallest controversies, and most terminally online debates. From the least glam eat, pray, love journey we've seen to a sport drama that 2/3 of us don't understand. I'm Liz Burke, and I'm joined, as always, by Mary Madigan and Caleb Bond. Hey, guys.
Pleasure.
Do you know it's Liz's birthday today?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday, Liz.
I was trying to be
Your
cool.
cover
keep a lid
has
on
been
it.
blown.
It's embarrassing for you to mention it, but I can mention it.
I was going to invite you for cake after it, so you would have.
Oh,
after
lovely.
this, so you would have found
And
out
it's
eventually.
actually delicious cake.
It's real. It's not like standard office cake.
So you've already had the cake.
We have indulged.
It wasn't like an event.
it was, and you weren't invited.
So
It
you've
wasn't.
already had the cake, and
Yeah.
now I'm being told
Well,
I can
I
have
had the cake.
At the news.com.au
leftovers.
headquarters.
Well, 21 at last. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Liz.
Thank you.
Are you
It's
doing
a
anything?
big milestone.
Are you going to go out for dinner tonight, or you got any
I'm going to go out
plans?
to dinner on the weekend. We're going to have a pizza party on the floor tonight.
Actually, pizza party on the floor sounds great.
Oh, ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that sounds lovely.
Well, look, that's actually not what we're here to talk about because we've had some breaking news come in. No, we did actually have a whole schedule for this, but we've literally just seen some pictures that have come to us from the Mediterranean Sea, Sardinia, I believe. Brooks Nader. I know her from paparazzi shots, but I have no idea who she was until today. Apparently, she's on the new Baywatch,
That hasn't come
the
out
Baywatch
yet,
reboot.
but she's like an influencer.
Yeah,
And I
an
think-
internet lady.
And I think she's got sisters. And
Yeah.
they want to do a reality show.
Yeah.
And
And I can confirm that she also has a dad because she has
Well,
been...
she was born, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, but this is crucial information. So she was photographed on a yacht on a family holiday, I think perhaps with a partner, with some other family members, but including her parents. And she's completely topless and jumping off the yacht and having a great time.
and wandering around. Like, she's
Yeah.
and her dad's sort of hanging. Like, they're very close to each
Like,
other.
happy for anyone to be topless in Sardinia. Congratulations. But in front of your parents, wouldn't be me.
Yeah. What do you think, Caleb?
I don't know. Look,
If you were on a family holiday with your significant other, which knowing you would be a 39-year-old lawyer or something, and you're
59,
with,
please.
oh my God. Good grief. All right. Yeah.
as 60,
Let's stay on brand.
a 65-year-old legal aid worker,
Yes,
and you
yes.
were on holidays together,
Yeah.
and you were at on the Mediterranean Sea,
Yeah.
and she was topless and her parents were there. What would
Her parents are not around.
Look,
no
look,
longer
even-
with us.
dead? But anyway,
Even if her
Your parents were
even,
there.
Yeah, even if her parents weren't there, if you're in a public place, I'd be saying, put a bloody top on. Like, seriously.
so you wouldn't like, but is it just the public place or is it the parent factor?
Well, you do what you want at home, I suppose, but it's like, it is a bit weird. But surely I've never heard of this woman, by the way, so
I'm shocked. I
I'm
thought you'd
trusting-
be all over the.
What was the name?
Brooks Nader.
Brooks
Yeah,
Nader.
plural?
Why is there an S on the end?
That's none of our business.
How
No.
many Brooks are there?
Well, I think it's because we also have learnt in this coverage her dad's name, which appears to be Bro, Breaux.
Yeah.
Or it could be Brooks, but spelt another way.
But it's got to be bro, doesn't it?
yeah, you'd
Like,
think
it's like
so.
Margot as in
And
the
but then is
wine
she
and-
called Brooks as like a play on his name?
But surely she's done this specifically for the Paps, right? Because she know it'll be publicised and now we're talking about it.
I guess,
Like,
but-
why else do you get around on a yacht with
I
your
just
knockers
find
out,
it
but
extremely weird.
in
Like,
front of your parents?
I think it's really, really strange behaviour.
If this was your family, Mary, who do you think would be weirder about it, you or your mum?
My mum would be freaking out.
Not
She'd be
happy.
incensed.
Yeah, she'd be like, Mary, for God's sake, put a top on.
Put them away!
Yeah, like she'd be annoyed. And then my dad would just, if he was still alive, sad, he would have just been like disgruntled and confused. He would be like, oh, you know?
What are you doing?
Yeah, he would just be like, why is Mary being silly?
But
Like,
then he would have been like, well, that's just Mary being Mary.
no, I
can't-
think he would have been like, no, he would have had a private meeting with Donna, my mother, and been like,
Right.
you need to tell your daughter to put a top on.
yep.
Yeah.
And mum would have been like, I actually do have to step in here.
Yeah.
He would have been mortified though. He wouldn't want to talk about it with me.
But
face
you
to
wouldn't have
face.
done it in the first
No.
place,
No,
is
because
more to the point.
I think this is the thing. Like naturally, like when you hit, I think there's like a time like when you're a kid where you're like naked, and then you're like naturally want privacy, right? Like you sort of
Yeah.
hit an age, and then you get really weird about like your privacy and you don't want anyone to see you and that kind of thing, and that just kind of stays that way.
Maybe she's liberated.
I don't think you should liberate yourself in front of your father.
What about body positivity, Mary? I mean,
I don't
if
think
she
that
wants to
needs
get
to
him out,
be-
Yeah, that's
free the
outside
nipple,
of the family.
free the nipple,
No, that's outside
Yeah.
of the family. I
Yeah.
agree with you. I don't think it's a family
Free the
thing.
nipple with your friends.
And I also think it's impossible.
free the nipple in public. Just don't do it when your parents are
Yeah,
in the bar.
exactly.
Impossible not to look at someone if they're topless, no matter even if they're
Yeah.
related to you by a family.
Oh,
Like, you would not be able to not look.
No, and I think in this
are
situation...
you victim blaming now?
No, I'm just saying.
You're saying that we can't divert our eyes.
Yeah.
If she gets them out, we're spellbound to look at them.
I think
That's
we
what
all.
you're saying.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not saying we should touch her.
I'm just glad you've admitted
Yeah.
it. I'm just glad you've admitted it.
But I'm happy for people to be topless. That's fine. Like, be topless on a boat. Be
Yeah,
topless
fun.
on the beach.
That's what you should be
It's
topless.
just weird when it's your dad. And to me, I feel like in this situation, my reaction is not even judging her. It's putting myself in that position and going, you just wouldn't do it.
I think you get secondhand embarrassment.
Totally.
Like, you're like, oh, that
Yeah.
just seems like the worst thing ever. Like
Yeah.
someone walking in on you in the shower or something. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's embarrassing. It just
but
feels embarrassing.
isn't this the kind of thing you do for publicity if you want to start a reality TV show?
Yeah, definitely. And I
Yeah.
guess it's working.
I think that's all it's about, isn't it?
But I just
Sure.
think,
But at what cost?
at what cost? And like her poor father.
Money. If it involves
Yeah.
making money,
Yeah.
anything.
That's the
this
thing.
is-
It does have an actual
Right?
price on it.
Yeah.
This is what amazes me. Like, do people just not have parents that are just a bit fed up all the time?
Yeah, but
You
the
know?
dude's
Who are
name is.
these, like-
But his name's Bro with an
Who are
X.
these fun, flirty parents
Like-
that are up for anything?
Well, maybe that's something we could be finding out in the census, which is, it's a super exciting day.
Great segue. What a segue, Liz. You killed
No,
that.
but for data nerds, for people who love filling out forms, this is like a once in a 5-year Christmas. So, yeah.
Sorry, can I just? Who is the data nerd who loves filling out forms? Do you know one, Liz? Are
I
you
don't.
one,
I
Liz?
don't know one, but I have had the piss taken out of me for being excited about filling a census form.
What is exciting about?
Well, this was
Revealing your personal information.
it? You're like, yes, I can't wait.
Do you also answer? We were doing the form last night, and you know how it comes with the domestic labour
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
And it's like, I think it's the box like 0 to 5 hours of
Yep.
domestic labour,
5
5 to
to
12,
something like that,
and then it's like, I don't know, 12 to 100 or something.
Yeah.
And Seamus was like, oh, well, I've done 5 to 12, like for myself. And he's like, what would you like me to put for you? Which I feel was a dig. And then I was like, oh, I think it's a 0 to 5 situation.
Oh,
And
look
he-
out.
And he was like, yeah, it definitely is. But I thought I would check with you before I put that in.
Well, he's done the right thing.
Yeah, but also I was like, look at us, we're breaking down gender norms. But
Yeah, there you
I
go.
don't have time to be doing things to help the household.
Oh, but he does.
He, I think, he loves it. No, he doesn't, but he is better at it.
So
He
you're
doesn't, but someone has to do it.
so you're sort of slovenly, and he wants to
Slovenly,
maintain
thank
the
you.
place.
Yeah, I'd say that's how it works. I also think yes, I'm not good with the house.
Yeah.
But every weekend, Seamus says to me, what are we doing this weekend? And then I tell him all the plans we have with all our mutual friends. So I feel like I'm doing the emotional labour.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
You know,
You've talked about this before.
He's never turned to me and been like, hey, this is what we're doing this weekend. These 3 things, these 3 sets of
Yeah.
people.
Right.
Ever.
Well, maybe he's happy to not do anything.
And I'm happy not to clean. So it's fine.
Oh, it's a perfect match.
It's the perfect match. He's happy.
I just get hired help for those.
But he
things.
is making some pretty funny jokes now where he's like, just getting up to my 6th hour this week.
Nice, I like that.
Which I'm like, that's very
Yeah.
funny.
I feel like my whole time at home is domestic labour. That's a lot
Oh.
of that.
Yeah, but you've got children,
Yes.
so
I
it's,
think when you don't have kids, like before
Yeah.
kids, do you think it was different?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not
now-
a big housework guy, even
Is-
now.
I feel like, yeah, your husband does more of that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so what do you feel your domestic labour is?
Oh, it's just exhausting, just being there.
Is it just like raising
Just
the children?
existing.
Yeah, it's raising your children, right?
No, I feel like, I don't know, when you've got lots of people, well, there's not lots of people, there's 4 of us, but like when you've got lots of people in your house who are making mess, it just feels like you can do as much domestic labour as you like and you're never going to reach the
Sure.
result that you want.
Sure.
So yeah, it's just not satisfying. That's why we're eating on the floor and it's like, this is the best
Yeah.
gift that I could ask
You don't
for.
have to
But
clean
you're
up.
both with very modern men. It sounds like
Yeah.
so they're doing all the housework. And
I
stuff.
feel like you would absolutely love cleaning.
I hate it.
Really?
Yes, hate it. I like the result, but I hate doing it. Like it's nice to have a nice, clean,
Yeah, of
tidy
course.
space.
Yeah.
But absolutely detest cleaning.
Do you have a little cleaning lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
A little cleaning lady.
Well,
Well, I don't.
Like,
I,
What
person.
size is she?
I-
What's her
cleaning person.
I don't. I've never actually met her.
You never met them. What
No.
happens?
A virtual cleaning lady.
How does this happen?
Well, because I just do it when I'm out. I just leave the key under the
How did
mat.
you-
and
That's very trusting of you.
How did you meet
And-
this woman?
Airtasker.
Airtasker.
Yeah. You just put the job on Airtasker. I think
Yeah,
you find someone who's
It's
good.
just you have a stranger. I don't know. That worries me.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if they want to steal things, they'll be reported to the police. I mean,
Yeah.
That's a very simple way of looking at it.
exactly. If they want to keep
I
their
feel
job,
like
I
most people
assume-
would do the initial greeting.
Yeah, I would just like meet them and then
Yeah.
trust them.
Yeah.
I mean, I've probably come across her path one day, but
Her path one day.
Thus far, I haven't had to.
Just like to maintain an air of mystery.
I don't know. I just go to work in the morning and the key's under the
I
mat.
wonder if we could
She could be the one.
like a little meet cute.
Oh, really?
And I'm sure she's like in her 50s, which would be absolutely up your alley. So the age would be bang on for you.
Right.
And you wouldn't be able to look away.
No, I suspect that would be bad, actually, because being a cleaner, she has been through the whole place.
Yeah, she
And
knows
so
too much.
She already knows too much.
Yeah, she's like cleaning your antiques and she's like,
Yes.
this man's not well.
She already
Yeah.
knows too much.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good start.
Well, if I can get us back on track, you know who's going to know too much about us very shortly? The ABS.
Oh, come on, Liz.
But Caleb, when we started talking about this, you said that the census was driving people crazy
Yes.
this year. Yeah, what's that about?
I don't really understand. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
People are upset about the religion question. They're most upset.
I loved the religion question
Why did you love the question?
because I love to roll out that I'm Catholic every now and then.
Oh, right. So, okay. Well,
Which is like a surprise
Yeah.
fact, you know?
lapsed Catholic.
And I was like
Yeah.
very offended when Seamus was like, do you want me to tick Catholic? And I was like, Catholic is my culture. Like
when
Yeah,
did you
of
last?
course.
When did you last darken the door of a Catholic church?
a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
you go frequently.
No, I don't go frequently, but
Like
I have
for a wedding or something?
like
or a
I've
family
I've
thing?
Oh,
I
right.
have religious family,
But you don't
so
go
I
to
do
church on a Sunday.
No, but I have for different family things. and
Right,
stuff.
okay,
It's
fair
not a
enough,
regular part of my life, but I can.
Yeah.
I can eat the bread. I've been confirmed. If you must know,
that's-
I'm like
that's
I'm a
good. I
full.
can't take
I'm
communion.
culturally Catholic.
There you go.
Yeah.
But people are losing their minds that apparently because there's no option to just tick Christianity.
Yeah.
And there are some people who think that means that they're trying to erase, Christianity
No, but
or
Christianity
discourage people.
It's different to Catholic.
No, Catholic is a
Catholic is a
denomination of
Christian
Christianity.
denomination.
Yeah, but it's the fancy one.
Yeah.
If you want to be,
It's the chic one. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
actually. It's definitely not the chic.
It's not
one.
chic,
It's the
no.
old-fashioned one.
It's the old-fashioned
anyway,
one. Yeah,
anyway,
sorry.
there's
It's
these
classic.
people who
It's
are
a classic.
upset.
It's the David Jones of religions.
Yeah.
They're upset that because Christianity is not an option in and of itself,
Yeah.
that the ABS is somehow trying to minimise the existence of Christianity in Australia, which is not true because it's got all the denominations.
Yeah,
Don't they just
exactly.
want people to get more
If
particular?
you don't know what denomination
Yeah.
of Christian you are,
Yeah, failed
you're
as
then
a
maybe
Christian
you're
about
not
it.
that much of a Christian. And you can go and look at the stats from the last
Are you
census.
a Christian?
No, I tick no religion.
That's okay.
Um,
That's very woke of you.
But if you go and look at the last census, they then add up all the Christian denominations into
Yeah, exactly.
Christianity.
Yeah.
So that was a load of rubbish. And then people were upset that this is the first year they've asked about sexuality.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
And they're
I want
like,
all the
oh,
goss."
why do they want to know?
Because we want to know.
Like,
Yeah.
isn't it a piece of data that is
Yeah, exactly.
worth us knowing about the makeup of the country? Like, I don't get the hoo-ha about asking about sexuality. And they've asked this year as well, what was your sex at birth? And then what gender do you identify
I think that's
as?
also fine.
And again, all these like, oh, but it's normalising it. But isn't all they're trying to establish is what percentage of people
They're just-
identify as transgender?
They're
And
trying to-
again, I think that's a legitimate piece of data
Yeah,
for
they're
the
just
ABS to find out, right? Because we talk about this stuff all the time, but we
Yeah.
go, oh, well, is it 1% or is it 0.5%? Well, maybe we might get a more accurate picture now of what's really going on in the country. What's the issue with that?
I couldn't agree more. I think
I just find it bizarre.
I think people sometimes don't separate their feelings from their facts.
Yeah.
Right? Which is like just because we're asking a question doesn't mean there's a feeling
Yeah.
about it. And I think people get confused. I know someone's complaining to you because it's the health question, and one of it's like, if you have any health issues, and I think there's like kidneys and I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff, and then one of them's mental health. I'm like, I don't think I should be asking about that. And I was like, but I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Like I think we should know what the mental health of our
Yeah.
country
Well, they're not
is.
asking
And
you
it's
to
not like
tell
an
them.
interview.
No,
Yeah.
they're not asking you to tell them what the mental health issue is.
I wouldn't even mind if they had a few options of like, anxiety, depression,
Yeah.
Because I think that there's obviously been a surge in these things in recent years. So I don't.
Yeah. It's an opportunity to get a picture of the nation.
But I also imagine what these findings will show you, and I'm just guessing at this point, is that some of the things that plague so many of our cultural conversations are affecting 2% of the population.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, aren't really affecting many Australians at
Yeah.
all.
But I think that's the value of taking the numbers.
I
right?
agree, but I don't know why people are scared of it. I'm like, no, this is interesting. This is good. This can actually tell us what
Yeah.
we need to. Because I also think if say, and this is not going to happen, but say 30% of people did not identify with the gender they were born at, well, that's a big national conversation.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, we should be having it.
Yes.
You know, like we should not know.
That's
Yeah.
what I don't understand what the issue is. We're just
Yeah.
simply
Don't you
collecting
just think
data.
we just like to have a bit of a collective whinge? I haven't spoken to any queer person that cares at all about it.
No.
No, I think anyone that's comfortable with their sexuality
Yeah.
is like, it's fine.
Well, before we move off this, what do you think, if everyone's so incensed about that question, what should be in it? Because I think we've done some really great surveys, like from news.com.au, where you get the Great Aussie Debate is one, where we're talking about, you know, those questions that people actually really want to know. We're talking like dating habits, relationship status, like hygiene habits. How often do you wash your towels? Like what do we need to see in the census? What do we need to see more of?
I love money questions. So, you know, something around like what is, you know, I would love to know what people earn and if they feel like they're struggling or not.
Yeah.
Because I think that would vary,
as a
obviously,
metric.
place to place.
Well, because they ask you about income, right?
Yeah.
I think there's a legitimate argument to say that they should, after asking about income, they should ask how much you have in savings.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Because I think that would be insightful in terms
That's
of...
actually a better
Yeah.
way.
And then also...
And
then
in debt,
tethering-
yeah.
Yeah, and tethering that to how much you're earning. Because I suspect a lot of people would be surprised that even people earning a lot of money have very little money in savings.
Is there anything in the census that you didn't want to answer?
No.
Anything in the census that you...
I'm an open book.
Yeah, there's nothing. I don't really care. But like,
Well, so you know, the religion question is the only question that's optional
yeah.
in the census because it's something to do with your constitutional right to freedom of religion
Yeah,
or whatever,
right.
So you don't. It's the one question that they can't force you to answer. But then there's the one
I
at
wonder
the
if that's
end.
why they can't include hygiene habits as well.
I'm not sure that there's any constitutional
Legally.
But then there's at the end the one where they ask you if you're happy for your data to be held in the national records and then released after
Oh, yeah, I
99
always say
years.
yes.
You said yes? Did you say yes?
I don't know.
I always say yes.
Well, you
I'll have
haven't
to
done
decide.
it yet, I
I'll have to
suppose. You're doing it
decide.
tonight,
Ooh,
yeah.
something to look forward to
Oh,
on
I've
your
got hours to
birthday.
consider this.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, yeah.
I said
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
you would.
I mean, who knows? In 100 years' time, some kid might be like, "Oh, where did my great grandpa live?" And they'll find it in the national records.
And they'll know about
And they'll find out
Devastating.
what my health concerns were and all this sort of stuff. So
really interesting stuff.
that's right.
All right. Well, someone else who we've found out a bit more about over the past weekend, the former Liberal leader Sussan Ley. We hadn't heard a great deal from her since she gave up the gig about 6 months ago. And we were expecting that because when she resigned, she gave that very heartfelt speech. She announced that she'd be stepping away completely and comprehensively from public life. But she's shared what she's been up to. And it's like, it's a new kind of eat, pray, love. She said in an article that she wrote, I bought a one-way ticket to Los Angeles, then another to North Dakota. From there, I boarded a Greyhound at the state's northern edge, got off another at the bottom of Texas, one backpack, one pair of riot boots, one punk playlist. She's told these stories of all of the gas stations that she's stopped at, the colourful characters that she's come across. But it's just, I don't know. That's just not how I'd be getting around after the end of my political career.
It's like the worst eat, pray, love ever.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing worse than a bus.
Yeah.
Especially a bus that goes for a long time and there's one toilet and it always breaks.
But hang on a minute. So we're always critical about, politicians
I
getting
love
around
the
in
article.
business class
I'm
and all
thrilled
this
for her.
stuff.
Just wouldn't be me.
That we should put them on a Greyhound bus more often.
Oh, you're
That's
a
how
for it.
we should make them travel around the country.
But she's
see the real
free.
people.
She's free. She doesn't have to do it anymore. It's not taxpayer money.
And she's still doing it of her own
Exactly.
volition. I think
just
that's
found
good.
it. I'm very happy for her, and I love that she went out and met
Yeah.
her characters, and she like rediscovered herself after her political career. And I thought it was an excellent read. It was a great. I think it came out on
yeah.
Saturday or Sunday, and it was
Yeah.
like a great. It's like your perfect weekend
Yeah.
read where you're like, oh, what's Susan been up to? But I did just think
I don't know
was
that
like,
anyone before they read that piece had thought, what's Susan been up
But
to?
once I saw the
But
headline,
having read it, I did enjoy it. Yeah.
Once I
Yeah.
saw the headline, I was like, oh, what has Susan been up to?
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, if someone was pitching this to me as like, oh, I'm about to go on this holiday and I'm going to get like a Greyhound bus and hang out
Yeah.
at gas stations, I'd be like, babe, like just book a cruise.
Yeah.
Like at this point.
Well, I also loved about it that the apparent honesty of it. She talked about how shattered she was. Like literally, she said she felt like a windscreen hit by a rock after she resigned, but was effectively forced out. She called it the defining catastrophe of her life. Like after the defining catastrophe of my life, like catch me in the Maldives. I'm not getting on a Greyhound bus.
You would think it would make you feel, as someone that has cried a lot on public transport in my life, is nothing worse when you're like having a public a public break. Like you're really sad and then you get on a city rail train and you're like trying not to cry and the person next to you is like accidentally elbowing you in the ribs with their shopping bag. Like it's always the worst.
Yeah.
So I have no idea why she's so like
No,
such
but I think
refuge.
this is why she's done it. Because if she'd gone on a cruise or she'd gone on some European sojourn or was in the Maldives, people would have known who she was. Like it's that sort of crew, right?
Yeah.
And it would have been written up and someone would have taken photos and sent it in to a newspaper and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
She was
Paging
travelling
Junior
around on a
Reinhardt.
Greyhound bus from the top to the bottom of the United States, straight through the guts. Not a single person would have known who she was.
Well,
and I think that was kind of the point. Like it was
But
a liberating
anywhere in America,
experience.
none of them know who Australians are, so it'd be fine. They just
No,
ask
but
her
you
if
would-
she met
but-
any kangaroos.
No, but if you were hanging around the east or the west coast, you'd be much more likely to run into
there
an
would be
Aussie.
heaps of Australians.
You'd run into an Aussie who was
Yeah.
like, oh, look, Susan's on holiday, and they'd send a photo to someone.
So
and they'd be
I
on
thought you
social
were going
media.
to say, this is the theory that I've just developed in my head, that she got on the Greyhound bus because when you're at your lowest point, you want to go somewhere where you're not going to be the saddest person in the room.
It's also
Oh
probably
yeah,
true.
it's like my friend broke up with someone and we went to Yass,
Oh yeah.
and we were the hottest people in Yass.
you couldn't go just a little further into Canberra.
No,
You're like,
we
we're just
were
going to
like-
stop at Yass.
No, there's rich people in Canberra.
People think like, oh, let's go out to Bondi. You know, no,
Yeah.
go to Yass. Go where
That's
you
not
are
gonna help your
Go where people are
self-esteem.
excited to see fresh blood.
Right. So what was the experience in Yass like?
Yeah, we were great. We were like 10s out of 10s. We were having the times of our lives.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
pick up?
I didn't, but he did.
He picked up in
yeah,
Yass.
yeah, and it was like a real
Well, did he pick up a he or a she?
a he.
Was the other bloke a bit of all right?
He was, it's quite cute, but
There you go.
one
So
of
that's-
those like sad in the closet types, you
Right.
know. So it could never
So
last
he was
long term.
he was excited that a guy from the city had.
Yeah,
come to
it would have
town.
been such an event for him,
There you go.
you know.
The things that happen in Yass. eh?
Yeah, but I was like, this is where we should be going when we go through breakups, like
Yeah.
shitty towns where you're like new and interesting.
So you're saying that Susan's got the right idea.
Well, Susan would have been the hottest person on that bus.
Yeah.
I'll give that to our Sue.
Yeah.
Well, she did write in the piece that she was most unlike all the other people
Yeah.
on the bus.
She would have
Yeah.
wanted to make that clear. She would have been
Yeah.
like, I want you to know I
know.
love these people,
Yeah.
but I'm nothing like them.
It would have been quite an experience.
It's like
I
me
can
visiting
imagine.
my dad's side of the family. Like, I love these people, but I'm nothing like them.
Yeah. I did think though. I wish she'd done more like this when she was leader.
Yeah.
Like, she talks about
I think it was the first time that we actually got
saw
to know.
her as like a human. Like, it was just like
I agree.
Yeah.
because the what was it 9 months that she spent, or that wouldn't have even been 9 months. 'cause
I don't
what,
think we knew.
No.
Who she, yeah, it
the
was like
election
8?
was May and she got rolled at the end of
in
it's like start of February.
Yeah,
I think.
start of Feb.
So it was like wasn't even 9 months, 6 or
Yeah.
7 months as leader, and like she did nothing. There was like no policy.
I think she was also
wooden.
struggling. Like, obviously, she was struggling with like to get power in that situation. Even though she was the boss, she wasn't.
Yeah.
You can see that by the fact she got ousted.
Yeah, I know, but like if there was some policy on the table, I think they might have been going somewhere. But they slipped in the poll significantly. One Nation went up. People were looking at the coalition and going, what the hell is this mob?
Yeah.
Like, there's just nothing going on here.
Yeah.
And so now we're finally seeing, after leaving politics, oh, geez, the woman's, thinking a bit and you know.
I think we
wrote-
always thought she was thinking.
No, but her reflections on
I
politics in that article were quite interesting as well. It was like, we
yeah.
just didn't see any of
I
this.
also thought I always find it really fascinating and I think important when people talk about how painful it is to lose a job, right? Because we
Yeah.
don't always feel comfortable to say how much our careers mean to us. It almost feels like a little bit embarrassing. And I think a lot of politicians or a lot of people that lose their jobs, right? Like to save face are like, oh, I didn't like it or I didn't care. I actually thought it was really brave for her to be like, no, it was absolutely earth-shattering
Yeah.
for me. Like I really
Yeah.
had to reevaluate myself. I worked for this my whole life and then it all came crashing down. I think that's what made me really like her because I just found that so relatable. And I think, I was like, oh, like, I mean, of course we knew it would have been hard for her, but I think often people are so trying to seem like they came out on top.
Do you feel less sympathy for her when you know that because she's under the old pension system, she now gets hundreds of thousands of dollars every year for the rest of her life?
No, because of the Greyhound. She's suffered.
Right.
She's actually
So
suffered enough.
she's done her
Paid her dues.
penance,
Yeah.
and now she's allowed to take lots of money from
Yeah,
the
I'm like,
taxpayer.
Susan, you deserve it. Also, now I know that it hurt her
After
feelings.
all you've been through across
It's like,
North
yes.
Dakota of all places.
25 years in politics, it was So it was really hurt your
Also,
feelings.
like, now I know her feelings were hurt. I'm going to try to get the pension till the day she dies. I adore her. I won't have you say a bad word about Sussan.
I'll deal with 2 S's in her name.
Honestly, all you have to do is write like a gorgeous personal essay, and I'm like, you know what?
But
I
then
get
she
it.
said she made up the numerology thing. That was the one thing that made me like respect her heaps more.
But it was just bizarre. Like, what was the other excuse she had for why she'd done it?
That she was just like a rebel.
She's a rebel without a cause. She had a punk playlist.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that she had a punk playlist. It's so cute.
But you don't put another S in your name.
She's having fun. It's Susan. She's on a Greyhound bus.
Look, when you've got
Just
someone,
let her live.
you know, look, when you've added another letter to your name,
Which is fun.
because of numerology, and then you
flirty.
become opposition leader, I think there might have been, lead indicators there to begin with.
I would
But
add
anyway,
a Y to your name.
What?
Like I was just
What?
letter? Like
What?
there's-
CAYLEB?
If we're thinking about opportunities to add another letter,
Absolutely
I think that's
not.
the
Where would
best
you
choice.
slot in the Y?
Absolutely not.
CAYLEB.
That's lovely.
That's awful.
That's actually really lovely.
That's like
and
being called
considering-
bro.
considering-
BREAUX.
There's the news rebrand. Maybe it's time for the Caleb rebrand.
Yeah.
No.
Also, you could just call yourself C-Bomb.
C-bomb.
I thought it was little C.
Yeah, but C-Bomb sounds like he's going to say the C word, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's just you.
Oh, it's provocative.
Now
It's
for the
I
C-bomb.
like it.
It's uncensored.
I like it.
It's,
Yeah.
I could do that as a segment
You could.
on my show. Now it's time for the C-bomb.
Okay, I regret it. Actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wish. Now I'm upset.
Well, he's going to do it now.
He's
And
gonna
he's going
do
to say
it.
this was Mary's idea.
Actually, could you? I would like you to mention my name on.
That's it. Mary said I should do the C-bomb.
I think it's just important for me to get my name out there to the news 2024.
Exactly.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just need them to know.
We're going cross-platform.
You know, I'm cross. I'm everywhere.
They're everywhere. You're
Yeah.
with Kyle,
I'm
you're
with-
with us.
Yeah.
You know.
I just want people to know I'm out there.
Where next?
I'm in the
You know.
zeitgeist.
There was Eddie everywhere in Melbourne. What would we call you, Mary? What's a word that starts with M that means like everywhere?
Mary, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think there is one.
There's got to be some
No.
term. Anyway, we'll come up with one for you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're quick-witted as per usual, Caleb.
Look, I want to get your opinions on one more thing. I was at a dinner on the weekend and everyone at the table would not stop talking about privacy concerns, which does not sound like the most exciting dinner topic. But it kicked off with the Meta glasses and the Kmart knockoffs, then went on to the Ring doorbell cameras that are, seeing when you come in and out of your house.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You can see, who's dropping off what packages. And there was so much concern about it that, this conversation lasted for multiple bathroom trips for me. I would leave the table and come back and go, oh my God, are they still talking about this? But it also
So
comes
you hit the wines pretty hard
Yeah.
and then need to go to the bathroom
But
constantly.
it also comes as the WA police are rolling out some AI facial recognition technology.
Don't like that.
So I know they've got police vans stationed outside big events and they're scanning thousands of people as they walk by, checking them against watch lists. But it's just kind of the next thing that's got people really riled up going, oh my gosh, is everyone taking photos of me everywhere I go? Where is it going to stop? And what's your level of concern, Caleb?
The glasses thing is weird, right? Because you can take photographs of people in public places, you can film people in public places. It's perfectly legal, but it kind of strays from I'm standing here with a camera, so it's like abundantly obvious that I'm filming or taking photos, so I'll divert if I don't want to be in it. To odd when it's literally 2 cameras at the end of your glasses and it's almost completely unavoidable,
weird.
right? Like it does get weird. And one of our hosts at News 24, Paul Murray, was talking about it the other night because he does a show once a month out in a regional town. And they do, some local rah-rah stuff, and he goes and does the touristy type things.
Yeah.
And he wears the Meta glasses
Yeah.
to capture footage. And he said everywhere you go, if people see you wearing them, they hate them.
Yeah.
Like
Do they
the minute-
recognise them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said the minute they see them, they're like, no, I don't want to. And he has to say, it's just for the show. But they immediately think that you're some sort of perv. And I get it. It's really weird.
Yeah.
What purpose is there to be getting around with glasses with cameras in the end of them unless to surreptitiously film people?
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought my mum some.
So your
Here we
mum
go.
is a perv.
Yeah, I bought her some for Christmas. My sister and I did,
You thought, Mum,
a year ago.
I know you really want to go around
We're
filming people
rebranding
secretly.
you.
No, why did we get them for her? She loves a gimmick
Right.
and she likes to take the dog to the lagoon but she never wants to take her phone. She can like be in the moment. So like you can film Susie catching sticks, and she's really happy with it. Oh. But I think she did annoy people with it after a while. She went to like my cousin's house, and he was like did a renovation, and she was like, "I'm going to record," and he was like, "Please don't do that." And then she like shows the recording, and it was just like my cousin's arm, like kind of like as he's gesturing to parts of his.
Love
so it
that.
wasn't,
Yeah.
you know, she didn't quite get it
Strange.
right? But yeah, so she has them, but. You know, I think the
Does
problem
she
is,
use them?
No.
Yeah.
I think like
it's a fun little gimmick for when you remember.
Yeah, it's like fun when you get it for the Christmas period, and I think we enjoyed it then, and then we all forgot it existed.
Unless you're a pervert who wears them all the time, so you can.
Unless you wear it all the time.
Yeah.
But I do think this excessive of like. I mean, I think the thing about obviously the meta glasses is you're being filmed and you don't always notice it.
Yeah.
But I'm even annoyed now at. And look, I get it, but like I'm in a Pilates class and I think she must be an influencer. She films herself, and I just don't want to be in the background.
Yeah, I hate that.
I don't want to be, and I also don't want like to find myself scrolling one day and see her, and then see me in the background looking horrific. You know, like she obviously looks gorgeous or whatever.
Like dry retching from your workout.
Yeah, I'm like, this is, and I just purposely, like, it's not a huge deal, but I just purposely don't go near, like, sit near her, and we have our own little lives. But I did come once late to class and had to, and I was like, oh, you know, and there's no, and I guess because filming is so normalized now, like, she didn't say like, oh, do you mind I'm filming?
Exactly.
Or no, she is just trying to capture herself, but also because all she cares about is how she looks. She doesn't care if you look shit in the background.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, oh, I kind of wish the Pilates studio had a rule which was like no filming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could bring that up with the studio. You're in a private
It's
space.
one of those things where like when I'm dealing with it, I'm like, ugh, but I can't.
Yeah, you don't want to have to start a campaign.
No, I don't want to be like I don't want to like be fine with influencers and Potts Point. I mean, maybe one day.
Well, when I went on a recent holiday with like a whole big group of friends to Fiji, it was all really exciting, and we've got that one friend who is the documenter.
Yeah,
she's always taking photos. She's always curating the dump for Instagram. And has the selfie stick and just make sure that all of those memories are captured, and it's great. You need to have that person in your group. But the Kylie Jenner Meta Glasses collab came out, I think, a couple of weeks before we were going. So she immediately put in the group chat, guys, I'm thinking of getting the Meta Glasses for Fiji. And the response could not have been swifter and more blunt. Everyone was just like, no. Like, I do not want my conversation by the pool after 7 Mai Tais uploaded straight to Zuckerberg HQ.
No, I think that's fair enough. I
Yeah.
also think like, your friend might be annoying you with like a candid snap, but you know what's happening.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
It's
kind of the
I'm
difference,
never
isn't it?
annoyed. Like, I love to like have those candid moments captured, but you just don't want the live feed going through.
It's a bit much. Though I did hear the other night a guy call up the ABC like 1 a.m, and
I love that you listen to the
yeah, and he's blind, and he said the Meta Glasses have been fantastic.
Yeah,
because it tells him where things are. Like, he's become blind later in life. He's not grown up blind. And so he wears these glasses and he's like, where did I put the keys? And he looks around and then the thing goes, oh, they're right in front of you.
But he's using it.
That sounds great, but the rest of it's all really weird.
Yeah.
And the point you raised about the WA police doing the facial recognition, which is all using AI and stuff, I think that's really creepy, right? It's one thing to have CCTV cameras.
Yeah.
But now, if we're all the time, we're having the government basically like putting your name, your face against registers to see whether or not you may or may not be a criminal. They tell us, oh, well, none of this stuff gets kept. I don't know. I just think it's heading down a really dark path.
It's very Minority Report.
They've already done stuff in the UK where they've used facial recognition technology, AI facial recognition, for people going into railway stations to gauge their mood so that they can then tailor advertising that shows up on billboards and stuff within the railway station to suit the moods of people walking into the place.
Which I think would be dour.
This is... Yeah, I know.
Do you need to go to
Who's thrilled hopping into the train station?
It's like,
except for Sussan Ley, who's like rediscovering herself.
But like we are just heading towards, total mass monitoring.
I don't like any of that.
Crazy.
I don't like any of the facial recognition stuff. I think it's a really slippery slope. And I think, how do we know people aren't going to abuse these systems?
Absolutely.
That's the thing. I think there's a place for all of this kind of technology. Like, probably most of it is developed with a very noble cause and function in mind, but it's just going to get into the hands of perverts.
Yeah.
Well, that stuff does. But like the facial recognition in terms of government and police use. And it's like, all of this stuff is fine when it's being used for
Yeah.
a benevolent purpose. But we know that democratically elected governments can become, I mean, just look at Germany in the 30s and 40s, right? And if someone wants to come up with a
time.
social credit system and they've got the camera work monitoring everyone.
I don't think it's right.
Do you think it would be sad if it led to like the end of fugitives?
Yes, I love a fugitive.
Yeah, like you would take a lot of the mystery
Thank
out
you,
of
Liz.
life.
I
Like
mean,
a mystery.
I don't want them being caught by cheating. You know, catch them properly.
You don't want your true crime podcasts being interrupted
With this AI.
by AI technology.
Absolutely not.
Another
Exactly.
thing that AI has ruined.
Exactly.
I
Imagine
want-
the little AI voice just comes in and solves the crime. Like that's so not the point.
It's cheating. You got to catch your criminals
It's
the
about the
old-fashioned way.
journey.
We need more Roger Rogerson, less AI.
Yes.
No one's advocating for more
Rogerson.
Roger Rogerson.
We're not advocating. We're just saying
You've really misinterpreted this. Caleb.
sometimes people need to go on there. Look, I just think people are allowed to be free until
Yeah.
they're caught. The old-fashioned way.
Do we want to have a little sports rant from Caleb? Let's go. You've got a sports problem that I vaguely understand. Mary has no idea
I don't know
about.
what you were saying. When you put it in the chat, I thought you'd had a stroke. I actually thought you were messaging the wrong chat.
No.
And I thought, oh, this little fool is trying to have his footy talk.
He's trying to be in his little the boys
No.
chat.
So the NRL.
He accidentally meant to message Andrew Bolton and Paul Murray in your normal group chat called the boys.
No, so the NRL is now considering having a playoff for third place.
NRL are the ones with like they like the Rabbitohs, the Tigers.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I'm just checking.
Well, I thought the Rabbitohs were your team.
They are
Mary.
my
yourself
team,
a
but I get
supporter.
sometimes I get the I get anyway. I just
The
want
NHS? Is that what you were going to say?
the National
NFL.
Health Service. Anyway, so
I'm just trying asking the questions for people listening.
Yes,
fact
yes.
check.
Rugby league, right?
Yeah.
So the NRL is considering having a playoff for third place. So you get to the finals, right? And it's like the top 8 on the ladder, and
Yeah.
then they all play out, and you
Yes.
get down to 4,
Yes.
and then
That's
you
the
play.
quarterfinals.
You end up with 2 who
Yes.
play off for the grand final.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
So they're saying that the losers of those two
third and
qualifying
fourth?
finals,
Third and fourth?
yep, should play off to decide who ends up third.
No one cares.
Yeah, we already know.
This is my thought,
Yeah.
right? Now they do this in
Also,
the
you've already won your third place, haven't you?
well, no, because
No.
you just lose, right? You're only playing for first, basically.
Oh yeah, right. Because they're
So you go to the
they're-
grand final, someone wins,
Yeah.
someone loses.
Do you think-
you
but
forget
then
about
there's
everyone
still, like
else?
the ladder.
Do you think the team? Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the ladder doesn't. I mean, you could finish
Do you think the
8th on the
third-
ladder and end up winning the grand final.
Yeah,
but
true.
Do you
anyway,
think the third and fourth teams argue about who they think is third and fourth?
no,
secretly?
I don't think because no one
No.
gives a toss, right?
Yeah.
Well,
But so they want to do this so that you can play off a third. Now they do it in the FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, and no one cared.
I see. Surely it's just to sell tickets.
Yeah.
It's just so they think they can get people
But
through
will
the
they
gate.
sell tickets?
But they probably would. But I reckon be far more interesting if you had a playoff for the wooden spoon. So like the bottom 2
last.
teams on the ladder
yeah, that'd be fun.
had to play because I reckon that's actually a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And people would turn up because it's fun.
Yeah, to see
But,
who's like the
what
best
is-
loser.
what's
I
the-
think that's a quite good idea.
What's the point of playing off for third?
Yeah.
Like you're losers. Sorry, guys.
Do you think it's woke culture gone mad?
I don't think it's woke culture gone mad.
This used to be a proper country.
Yeah,
I think
Do you
it's-
think it's like every child gets a prize?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Well, look, I suspect it's more commercial imperative.
Yeah.
If you can put it on TV, if you can sell tickets, we'll make money out of it.
I
I
guess,
get
yeah.
it from a commercial
I guess
perspective.
for footy fans though, it's like,
But
oh
it-
great, another week of watching footy.
Sure, but I do feel like it kind of diminishes the value of
Yeah.
the grand final to some degree.
Yeah.
Because you're now saying, oh, well, you didn't make the grand final.
But you get
But
your
you can
own.
have another game to decide who's actually the best of you two. Like, you make it to the grand final or you don't, right? And then you play for the grand final. That's it. You're
Yeah.
the premiers or you're not.
But aren't they doing something similar in the AFL with the wild
Doing the
card
wild
round?
card, yeah.
And that's just adding another final, isn't it?
Well, yeah, so basically the idea is that instead of it being the top 8 and then
Yeah.
the 8 plays 6 and all this sort of business, that there is now the top 10. And then from 6 to 10 have to play each other
Yeah.
to decide who becomes the top 8. So an extra 2 teams have a shot
Right.
at entering the final. I'm still not completely on board with it.
You know
but,
what?
But it's I think it's less bad than playing off for third because it just seems totally
My
pointless.
favourite game to play at the AFL is, and it always kills, is I just say loudly near some middle-aged men, hey, has anyone seen Buddy Franklin? And then they go, sweetheart, he's retired. Sweetheart. And And that, like, you honestly, some man will turn around.
Yeah.
Kindly, everyone's very nice at sports game. We go, sweetheart, he's actually retired. And it just cracks me up.
You love to open the door to some mansplaining.
Yeah, just because they just love to tell you and you love to act surprised.
Yes.
Well, I've only been to one NRL match. And
You don't go to the NRL?
No,
it's
because I'm in
great.
South Australia. I've lived in South Australia and Victoria. I don't really get NRL.
Yeah.
Grow up.
And in Aussie rules, when you catch the ball, it's a mark.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
And so, someone would catch the ball and I'd say,
I believe you.
good mark. And all these people
Were
are
you
like, it's not a mark. Oh.
Why were you yelling that out? It's
Just
not
to-
cool under any situation.
For the same reason
No,
that
you
you're
go-
saying, where's Buddy Franklin?
When I'm at the...
to rile people up.
When
It's
I'm
the
at the
footy.
I'm
Yeah.
like, fucking smash him. Like, you can't be saying good mark. You got to be like, fuck yeah. Like, you get really into it.
Yeah.
I'm
Got to
not...
be more aggressive.
Yeah, you're being too tame with your
Yeah.
language.
Oh, sorry.
Very
all right.
AFL, too
All right.
If
sophisticated.
they drop the ball, you call them sticky fingers. Like, it's very simple.
No, I don't call them
So
sticky
you call them
fingers.
butterfingers.
Oh, butterfingers. I don't know.
I know, sticky fingers would be the exact opposite.
Yeah.
You'd be
I'm
hanging
doing
onto the ball.
My
Mary?
best to get involved in the sports conversation with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's...
We're all pulling our weight
we
here.
are
You've tried.
trying.
You've tried.
But, maybe we could all go to a game together.
Oh, that'd be fun.
We'll go to a Swans match.
What?
Okay, but you've got to
Yeah, we
do
can go to
proper
a Swans
sledging.
match.
Look, also at the sport, I am also very busy buying hot chips intermittently.
Oh, that's good.
That's
Yeah.
a big focus for me.
And do you
That's
get
the main thing.
Do you go and
That's
buy
the aim
the
of the
beers as
game.
well?
I get the beers, and then also I'll go, I'm going to get the calamari. And then you'll say, don't get the calamari. It's not going to be any good. And I'll say, no, it might. And then I'll go, it's
Yeah,
bad.
no, it's a
bad
terrible
calamari. I'll get bold and I'll buy calamari.
What were you expecting, Mary?
I don't know. I'm like, maybe this time.
I think we've done really well this week, guys. Just expanding our repertoire.
Horizons. And you've
Absolutely.
had a
Yeah.
great birthday chat.
Oh, this has been the highlight so far.
Oh, well,
Wait until the floor pizza. But
I'm
this
gonna
is
say, yeah.
floor pizza's going to be good.
Yeah.
With your peri-peri
It makes
chicken.
me want pizza for dinner, I will say. Do you want pizza for dinner now?
I'm not inviting you around if
No.
that's what you're
No,
angling
Caleb's
for.
going to drive me there.
No one told me
And
about
then
that.
drive back to do his show.
I'm going to say I've got work to do tonight.
It's going to be a tight
I got dilly-dally
turnaround.
around.
All right, let's take this offline. Thanks, guys. We'll
Bye.
return next week.